Started. I'm sorry you can see the top of my mirror here, but we're just gonna go with it because that's the best I can do right now. So first, we are gonna start off with primer. No, we're not. We are not. Sorry if you can hear those dogs barking. They're having a fit. But first, we're gonna start off with moisturizing our lips. I always use this before I do my makeup, like just every day. Every day. It is the Tony Moly honey lip balm, and it just looks like this. It's really nice and light and just not greasy. It's just really good, and I normally don't even have to wipe it off before I do my lipstick or whatever I'm gonna wear. If I'm doing like a liquid lipstick, then yeah, I'll wipe it off, but it's so light that you don't even really need it. So that's the first step that I do, and then the next step is to prime, and you may be wondering why my primer is in a bag, but it's for a good reason. So I love the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer, as a lot of people do, and I was running out of this thing. Like, you can see how thin it is, and I was squeezing the life out of it, and I thought it was done. So I just decided to take one chance and cut the top off. And there was still so much product in here. And I'm like, what the heck? That could have been, like, wasted or something. So, I kept it in a little baggie to keep it fresh and to not dry out. So, yeah, that is my little tip for this product. There's still so much stuff in there when you think it's, like, empty and done. So, we're just going to take that and smooth it all over. This is so good for those of us that have huge pores, and it doesn't necessarily help against oil. I know people say that, but for me it doesn't really help against oil, but it really helps the texture of my skin a lot, because like I've said before, I have very textured skin and my face needs some help with this primer situation. So yeah, just rub that all in, especially like on my cheeks and stuff. That's where I used to have a lot of acne. I still have a lot of acne, but it used to be a lot worse. So just rub that all in. Okay, so now that we have that rubbed in, I'm going to put that aside. And then I just like to go in with my foundation. The two that I recommend are if you're oily, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I am in the shade 105 Natural Beige. This stuff is so good. I have a review on it, so I'll link it down below if you have not seen it already. And I also recommend the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. This stuff is full coverage. I mean, when it says full coverage, they mean full coverage. And I am going to use a beauty blender to blend that in. You can also use any other kind of sponge. I recommend using a sponge with this foundation. That's just what I prefer. A lot of people say that the Real Technique sponge is similar to the beauty blender, and I mean, I have it and I use it, but I don't think it's comparable. I think that the beauty blender just has like a texture and a softness that no other sponge dupe has. And I mean, yeah, the slanted tip on the Real Technique sponge is very useful and it's nice, but it's just so much harder than the beauty blender, and I don't understand why people say it's better or that it's like a complete dupe for the beauty blender, because in my eyes, I really don't think it is. I'm just kind of like, no. Just no, it's not. Like, it's good and I like it, but I would take the beauty blender over that any day. Any day of the week. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this one's the Real Techniques one, and this is the slanted tip, so it really helps to get like under your eyes and stuff. But I mean, you could do the same thing easily with the beauty blender, in my humble opinion. So yeah, you don't need much of this foundation to get full coverage. See, it's so nice. And I always try to get a foundation that matches my neck, because I do not like to bring liquids down onto my neck at all. It just feels so gross to me. But I know a lot of people do that, and if it doesn't bother you, that's fine. You know, do what works for you. But for me, I just can't stand the feeling. So, I mean, I'll take like bronzer and powders down my neck. That's okay with me. That doesn't bother me. But liquids, I'm like, no. Just no. And then I like to go in with my concealer. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I have something in my eye. Okay. I like to take this concealer, and this one is in the shade Neutralizer. I usually use medium, but I wanted to go with a really highlighted look lately, so that's what I'm going to use. Some of you might think, oh, that's way too light, but I don't care. I like a really highlighted under eye and a really highlighted face. Excuse my voice if I sound extra manly today. I feel like I'm getting sick. It's that season, so I put it on my chin, my cupid's bow, and my forehead too, just to brighten up those areas and bring light to there. If you've tried that concealer and you don't like it, maybe it creases on you. It doesn't crease on me. I mean, sometimes it does. Like, it's temperamental. It has its moments, like we all do. It sometimes creases on me, but most of the time it doesn't. But if you have tried it and it just does not work for you, and you want to try something else that's affordable, I recommend the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous. This is really good. That one never creased on me at all. But the reason I still like the Maybelline one better is because it just gives such fuller coverage. And that Ready Set Gorgeous one, I only recommend that if you don't really need coverage, because it doesn't really, like, even though I got a few shades lighter than my skin tone, it still doesn't really brighten because it doesn't have that full of coverage. So when you blend it in, it just kind of disappears. So, I mean, it does a little bit of its job, but not enough to satisfy me, if I do say so myself, which I do. This video is already so long and we've only done like 2 steps. Okay. So next, to set that, I always use the Anastasia banana powder. It just looks like this. It's a nice yellow powder. And I always take that with a e.l.f. blush brush. So I use 2 of these in my routine, 2 of these brushes, and neither of them I use for blush. I use this one to set my under eye concealer, and I use it for highlighter as well. Just go ahead and set that. Oh, and I also forgot to say, I always take my foundation and my concealer on the tops of my eyelids because I just feel like it just helps prime. That's the way I prime my eyes. So yes. And then to set the rest of my face, lately I've been using the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. That's the translucent one. I love, love, love the Bare Minerals Bare Skin that I've talked about, but I still have not gotten a refill. And I also will sometimes use the Hourglass Dim Light Powder. This one will give more of a satin finish, but it does add a little tiny hair of a tint. So I can still get away with it, but just letting you know, it does add a little bit of a tint because it's kind of more pinky, which you would think I wouldn't like it because I'm very yellow, but like I said, I can still get away with it. So I just take that on a powder brush. Doesn't really matter which one. This one's from Morphe though. It's so soft. And really with this foundation, you just need a light setting. Like, I barely tapped my brush in there. And you're set. Also, I always take the banana powder and I use that to highlight my nose. Just at the tip. Sorry, I'm flipping you off. But I'm not going to stop. Because, like I said, I'm oily and I just feel like this really highlights that area without giving it that extra sheen and shine, because I am going to get oily throughout the day, especially on my nose. So I like to use that. And then contour next. So for contour, I'm a little bit high maintenance. I really don't need these 3 shades, but I use this one, and this one, all by Anastasia. I'll list them down below, the names, because I don't feel like taking them all out, because that's just going to take up too much time. But one is more gray, the other one's in between orange and gray, and the other one's more orange. So I guess I could just use the middle shade, the one that's kind of in between. But I like to use all three, and I like the effect it gives. And I always use that on a Luxie 504 brush. It's just a nice angled brush. It's pretty small, so it's good for contour. And I just stick that right there. And I just literally dab in all three. And then tap off the excess. And contour. Jawline, I always take it to my neck. Just because, I don't know, it's a habit. Even though my foundation already matches my neck, I still do that. And forehead. And a little bit on the sides of my nose. Just a little bit. Just a tad. Okay, and then that's what I use. And then I'm going to go ahead and do blush already because I already know the eye look I'm doing since this is my everyday look. Normally I would wait to do blush after just to pick one, but this is my go-to blush, and I'm sure you've all guessed it. It is Mellow Wine by Wet n Wild. Such a good blush, such good lasting power, such good pigmentation, so inexpensive, and it lasts forever. The only reason this is my second one is because I broke my other one. So yeah, just go ahead and put that on. And then I always take my e.l.f. powder brush, the flat top one, and I just kind of blend the blush and contour in together. And then for some reason, I don't highlight yet. I always wait for that till the end. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the eyes, and I'm going to show you guys what my everyday routine is for my eyes. Okay, so for my eyes, I'm sure you guys know I am using the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Literally, this is all I've been reaching for. So first, I always go in with the Salted Caramel color right here. It's a really good transition color, and I always take that on a MAC 224. And I just literally blend that in my crease. So easy. These shadows are so blendable and just so pigmented and nice. I absolutely love them. I need more Too Faced palettes. And then I always take this color right here. It's just a medium brown, and it's called Milk Chocolate, and I take it on an E25 or 217 style brush. This one's from Coastal Scents, but they're all the same. And then I just concentrate that more in my crease. And if it looks a little harsh right now, it's okay. We're going to blend it out. Like I said, these colors are really blendable. And they smell delicious. Okay, so just take that. And then I'm going to take a clean Sigma E40 brush. This is just a really nice fluffy blending brush. And we are going to blend those colors together. My shoulder's all the way up here. What the heck? And yeah. And I don't normally put a lid color on just because, I mean, I used the concealer and foundation to prime, and then I set it with the powder, so it's evened out anyway. I don't really need a color on my lid. But if you want to, I mean, there's so many colors you can use in this palette, or just whatever you have to put on your lid, and it would look great. So that's what I do. And then if you want it a little more dramatic, you can take a darker brown like this one here or this one over here if you want to be super daring. And you can just put that in your outer crease or whatever you want to do. Okay? But I'm going to take that same Milk Chocolate color and a small brush. This is a Morphe M514. And I'm just going to use this to run the color underneath my lash line. So I literally just place it, close my eye, and run it back and forth. That's what's so good about this color is I don't even need to look in a mirror to put it underneath my lash line. Like, it just blends itself in. I am so congested right now. This is not even cute. Not even cute. And there you have it. So, yeah, that's it. That's all the shadow I used for my eyes. And I am going to go ahead and do a wing liner. I'm going to do it off camera though because it's really hard to do on camera. I'm going to take the L'Oreal Liner Intense, Carbon Black Liner Intense liquid liner. I have a demo of me using an eyeliner if you want to see how to do a wing. It's not this eyeliner, but it's an eyeliner. Oh my gosh. So if you guys want to see that. But yeah, I don't always do a wing every day. It literally depends on my mood, how much time I have, and how much patience I have. So sometimes I'll skip eyeliner altogether. Sometimes I'll just do a line on my upper lash line. But for video's sake, I'm going to do a wing. And then for mascara, I'm going to use the beloved Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. If you want a cheaper alternative, the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black works so well also, and it's a fraction of the price. But I do love my Tarte one. Just like this much more. I'm going to put that on my top and bottom lashes. I don't always put them on my bottom lashes. I'm starting to get into it more. If you want less drama, I just recommend the top lashes. But like I said, for video's sake, I'm just going to go the whole 9 yards and put mascara on top and bottom. And then I'm going to fill in my eyebrows. Don't think you really need to see that. So for that, I'm just going to use some Anastasia brow powder. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do all that off camera, and then we'll be right back and finish up the face. We're almost done here. So these are the eyes done, and I'm just zooming you guys in so you can get a better look. And the wing came out a little more dramatic than I normally do, but you know, wings have a mind of their own, and yeah, we have to play by the wings rules, not our own rules. So yeah, this is what they look like. This is what I wear on an everyday basis when I feel like doing my makeup. And yeah, let's go ahead and finish the rest of the face. Okay, so for the rest of the face, we are just going to finish up our cheeks and lips. So for cheeks, as you can guess, for my highlight, I am going to use the Becca Champagne Pop. And I'm not just using this because it is so popular right now. I do have other great highlighters, but this one I have found gives me the most lasting power. This one I could still see on my cheeks hours later. Other ones I feel like I put it on, it looks great at the start, and then a few hours later I'm like, where'd my highlight go? It's just non-existent. So yeah, we are going to use this, and then you guys are going to see, I'm sure you've seen the magic that it gives, but just wait for it. Look at that! Oh yeah. Yes. And just for kicks and giggles, is that the saying? I am going to put it on my nose just so you guys can see the effect. Just for video's sake, and my Cupid's bow. I do normally put it there. Yes. 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 Okay. So we are done with our face. I'm going to put a little more blush on because I don't really feel like you can see it. Alright. Yeah. Maybe I put a little too much on now, but that's okay. Okay, so for lips, oh, first, I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to use that to set, well, not set everything, but, you know, take away the powderiness, and then it also makes your highlight more intense. And it smells amazing. So yeah, just, but it does not taste amazing. Do not get that in your mouth. So next for our face, we just have our lips. And I know I've talked about some lip combinations recently. Ooh, I sprayed a little too much. That I like. And I'm just going to say them again in case you haven't seen those other videos. The first one is the combination of 1995 by Gerard Cosmetics and the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in Nude. It looks like this. This is a really pretty fall combination, or just any time of the year combination, but it is really good for fall too. So that, and then I just totally lost my train of thought. The Committed Lip, oh my goodness, the Balm's Committed Liquid Lipstick, which looks like this. This is such a pretty color. I love it. I use this all the time. I use that all the time too, but today we are going to do something that I've been liking more recently, and this is to mix two colors together. It is Peachstock and Half and Half by MAC. So those are these top two colors here. I love these two nudes, and I love them mixed together. I literally just put my finger in both and then apply it. And with these two colors, you can really get away with just using your finger. You don't have, I mean, be precise, but they're so natural that it's not like a red. You can't apply a red with your finger, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's our lips. And then I'm just going to add a gloss just for effect. I normally don't wear gloss on a day-to-day basis, but I feel like, why not? Let's just add a gloss. So I'm going to use Buttercream by Gerard Cosmetics. This is really pretty. I hate the lights in these. They just like confuse the crap out of me. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. But yeah, that is the finished look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. This is just literally what I wear on an everyday basis. It may be a lot for some, it may be natural to others like me, but I feel like this is pretty natural and this is just what I like. This is what I wear. So yeah, what do you guys think? As always, if you have any video suggestions, please leave them down below. I do have some ideas for future videos, but we'll see when they go up. So yeah, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I really would appreciate it because obviously that's awesome, gaining new subscribers. Yeah, and I have other videos for you guys to check out if you haven't seen them already or if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it, and I just hope you guys are having a great day, and thank you for watching. And I'm sorry, I keep touching my hair. I know, I realize it. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.